I mean, I love Invisible Joker. You know what? I never give Square Joker the credit that I feel that it doesn't deserve. So what are you talking about? I just don't like this guy. But we'll give him a chance anyway. I'll tell you what, I'll play some straight Dookie. It's hip to be Square. Okay, Huey Lewis. You forgot about the news? Huey Lewis wouldn't have been shit without the news. I know what the news does. It divides us or something. I don't know. I didn't really think about it. I will say, I was talking about this in Apollo's chat. He was going off on TikTok. And I understand why. He may even be here right now. There's definitely I mean, the stupidest people on planet Earth are on TikTok watching videos all day. There's no doubt about that. I was making the case to him that I actually think that for society, I understand the hypocrisy here, but for society, I actually think YouTube is worse. And my only data point for that is that my wife basically just watches a Korean fighting game streamer and K-pop videos on YouTube. And she watched one Korean news story about like the Canadian housing market. And then her entire homepage is like, why Canada has fallen. Canada fell and not a shot was fired. Incoming collapse, Canada may not exist in 18 months. Like, it's the whole homepage is trying to like radicalize her, man. It's crazy. And she's just watching, you know, Magnetic over and over and like, you know, King of Fighters content and stuff like that. Me watching a 12-hour analysis of Phantom Menace on YouTube, judging people on TikTok all day. That's kind of what I'm getting at, Jay. And I don't mean this to be derogatory. Hey, Valentine, thanks for the gifted subscriptions as well. Thank you. Thank you. Most of the content on TikTok is worse than YouTube. I would give you that. But I do feel at least, I don't know, like I don't talk to too many like, you know, 15-year-olds in my day-to-day life. It's mostly just if we're at the playground. I'll be like, hey, can my daughter use the swing? But like, I imagine when they're watching TikTok, they're not like, oh, I saw this really smart thing on TikTok. They're probably like, I saw this shit on TikTok that was dumb as fuck. But like people who watch YouTube, sometimes they get like a big head about it. They're like, oh, it's not where you watch, it's what you watch. Like I've been watching a 30-hour breakdown of like every Ed, and Eddie recipe. So like, don't say that it's rotting my brain. And I'm like, well, you know what? That's how it goes sometimes. I mean, this is a funny bit, but they do literally post MIT lectures on YouTube. Yeah, and everybody says, I'm not going to pay for coding school. I'm just going to learn it through MIT OpenCourseWare. And then they do the first 3 classes and all. Oh, but new episode of The Bear came out. And oh, new episode of Shogun came out. And no. Oh, yeah, no, I've forgotten it all. 7 years have passed. No, I'm going to do it. Now I'll do it now. No, okay, new Defunctland video just got posted. Like, because you got other temptations, man. Listen, I don't mean to be rude. Like, there's people who have gone to school on YouTube, but it's not everybody. It's not everybody! I also think TikTok gets a bad rap. It goes crazy if all you do is post videos there and then close the app. What about all the TikToks you watch on Twitter? I mean, like, it's literally like 3 a day. It just so happens that you don't have to hand it to them, but the Twitter algorithm is absolutely cracked at sending me nonstop gas TikToks. It very, very rarely sends me like, you know, we need to cancel Eminem. It very rarely, usually it's like somebody that's doing home improvement and then falls off a ladder, but they're not like critically injured, which is perfect. That shit is funny. I'm sorry. I can't be as sanctimonious as you guys. Drunk dad 4 rungs up on a ladder trying to clean the eaves trough, falls into his soft grass. That's fucking funny. Sorry. I'm sorry you can only laugh at fucking Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. There's cathedrals all around us for those with the eyes to see. That's what you sound like in my head, at least. Why come for Puss in Boots? I don't know. Because it makes people upset sometimes. What's wrong with it? Nothing's wrong with it. What's wrong with making fun of it a little bit? I guess that's the question that I have. 2x YouTube son or TikTok daughter? That's actually, like, no joke. That's kind of like the first hard question you've ever given me in this domain. 2x YouTube is based? Well, you're not ready for the discourse. In a way, I feel like 2x YouTube, or even 1.5, I feel like it's more detestable in a way. And I know I'm going to make some of my audience uncomfortable when I say that, but I'm like, what are you rushing for? You're not watching anything. Like, you don't need to finish it fast just so you can watch more garbage. Like, you're not, there's no carrot at the end of the stick, you know? You never get the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. It's just more rainbows, bro. I speed up schoolwork stuff. At least I disagree with you doing it, but I can understand why you do it at that point at least. Wait, we can dump 8s now that I think about it. Because you're like, you know, I want to finish this. My professor's slow and I want to finish this quickly. Hello. That was my home invader. They asked what brand the flat screen is. I said TCL. They said, you can keep it. They don't even know. It's Samsung. Wait! It's just like, I don't know. What's the rush to finish the content that you're watching, man? Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. I mean, that's the reasoning that I have for me getting old, I guess. Because I'm like, it just doesn't make sense to me. To watch more? Yeah, but it's all, like, what are you watching, I guess is what I'm trying to get at. Like, if you're watching me, why are you getting through it 2x faster? Like, it doesn't make sense. Well, I don't know. Like, are you listening to your music at, like, 1.5x as well? Because, like, that way you can listen to more songs? Like, it just doesn't seem sensible to me. To be fair, you stream for like 5 hours? Yeah, and you don't ever need to go back and watch it. That's like exactly what I'm saying. Like, you're not missing anything, and even if you did, there's more coming tomorrow, bro. Like, you don't need to keep up. That's the beauty of the content. And there's someone that chronicles it. Yeah, people that, like, the librarian has gotten people, like, so hooked on the content, they don't even have realistic expectations anymore. They're like, hang on, I just watched the 20-minute compilation of this shit that happened like less than 16 hours ago. Sorry, I'm late. And I'm like, late? What are you talking about? I don't know. But then again, like, TikTok daughter is kind of like, it's a scary thought. And it's the same with the genders reverse, man. Like, 2x YouTube daughter, I don't know, TikTok son is actually like a little scarier somehow. So I feel like at least the stereotype is like, you know, TikTok daughter might get like some specious theories about the scientific world, and TikTok son is like, I'm going to coup the government. I'm still trying to flush out the 2x meta Andes, man. What's the rush, man? What do you got going on in your life that you're like, I gotta finish this Let's Play video? It doesn't make any sense. Thoughts on sped up podcasts? I don't know, like, I guess you could do it, but I'm kind of like, what's the rush? I kind of feel the same way about podcasts that I do about my own content. I'm like, they're not talking about anything. They started it to talk about some stuff, but then, you know, they got to fill the fucking quota, you know? They got to come out with an episode a week because they sold sponsorship space to like lynda.com. If I'm trying to get through the podcast as fast as possible, my 2 cents is maybe I'd rather just not watch it. If you have a lot of content to get through, it's a good idea. What do you mean to get through, though? Like, what are we talking about here? A lot of content to get through. To watch? No, I mean, I guess I understand, but I wouldn't say I necessarily get it. Like, you're not sitting there and like watching the... I would almost rather you like watch 2 videos at the same time than watch 2x. I feel like it's roughly the same level of sanity. Some media is beneficial. Okay, now see, you're doing the thing, the pancakes versus waffles thing. I'm like pro media for the most part. That's not really what I'm talking. I'm not saying that all people who watch television programs are not going to make it. I'm just it's the 2x, man, that I think is... You watch it 3.5x? That's insanity, man. That's freak shit. All the 2x's are like 3.5. That's way too much, man. Yeah, I'll double the speed of something, but I won't further add another factor of 1.5 to it. That's insane person behavior. Some people have a mind that can go that quick. Is this where the streamer gets to say cope for the first time? I'm on your side, by the way. The only reason I'm trying to get you to slow down is not so I can catch up, is so that you can take a breath. Like, you don't... It depends what you do. If you're getting through your coursework, I mean, it sounds bizarre, but like, if anything, you should probably like watch... If you're going to watch anything at 2x and anything at 1x, you should probably watch your lectures at 1x so you can have time to take notes and digest the information. And you should watch the sugar content like at 2x just because it doesn't matter if you miss out on stuff. But either way, like if you're watching my videos in 2x and you're like, it's because I got a lot to watch, I do appreciate it. Don't get me wrong. It's just also like what I'm doing doesn't need to be, it's not the Criterion Collection, right? A lot of those videos are bad. I guess that's why you watch it 2x, is to get it over with as soon as possible. But like, it doesn't matter if you're on your deathbed. You're not going to be like, oh, thank God I watched 10,000 videos instead of 5,000. You'll probably be like, man, I wish I like saw more sunsets or sunrises or something like that. Or maybe you'll just be like, my shit hurts a lot. I don't know. You're achievement hunting YouTube? That's what I'm saying. Like, what's the... I mean, for me on a financial level, I love that you're watching the videos 2x or otherwise. But for me on a spiritual level, I would rather you just watch like a movie at 1x speed instead of like 6 hours of YouTube videos at 2x speed. Like, that's psychotic to me. I watch movies at 1.5x? Why? It just doesn't make sense. To be fair, you do kind of ramble, so it's a good way to get to your good stuff. To be fair, fucking personal insult. I'm doing 5 hours of improv here, man. You ramble a little bit? The fuck are you talking about? You know, let me teach you a little 90s maxing. If somebody asks you why you do a thing that you do, you literally, and I'm talking to myself here, you literally don't have to say, like, here's the contextual reasons why I do it. It's actually moral to watch in 2x. It's immoral to watch in 1x. Actually, it's everybody else's fault that I do this. It's not my fault at all. Just say, I like it. I prefer it that way. That gives you personality. You become the guy who's like, he watches YouTube in 2x. You become a character. 6 months later, you're having beers with your friends at the pub and someone says, wow, I wish we could 2x that waiter or something like that. Everybody laughs. You go home, one of you sucks the other one off, two of them fuck you in the butt at the same. It's male bonding, okay? You don't have to be like, people upload such trash these days, I'm forced to watch it, but I have to watch on 2x because the ad reads they're anathema to my person. Just say like, fucking, I enjoy it. It's fine. I'm not going to say the first Addams Family movie should have won Best Picture because it models a great heterosexual relationship between Gomez and Morticia. I'll just be like, I think it's fun. I mean, you got to hand it to old people. They do be like walking nowhere without any music or like a podcast or nothing. Like, you want to talk about like, you watch all your shit on 2x? They're fucking out there raw dogging the earth, man. They're watching their content on 0x. Just taking in the sights and the scenery around them. I got to do my first mode. Did you watch a YouTube video? I had my Peloton playlist on the Samsung Galaxy Buds. I'm not going to lie. Nah, brother. I mean, a video on how to mow? Dan, you don't need a YouTube video on how to mow the grass, okay? That's... If you have a lawnmower, you can't not use it. And you're talking to somebody who's the king of like being an idiot. At least for like, you know, real world skills. I love it when he becomes Mario. His name's Mario and he bounces on the shells. Some of these levels are hotter than the hells. And when he spins, he can survive a spiny shell. Mario, Rio, please do better, please do well.